How's everyone doing? I apologize that I haven't been able to post many vids. I just started my last year of college, and I've been really just getting my time management and things together so that I can go out with a bang, you know what I mean? So I apologize for that, but here I am again. So tonight, well, I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in, I'm going to talk about the concept of identity and the way in which our identity is shaped. And then I'm going to convince you guys, with any luck, that all we're really doing in this world is keeping up appearances. Okay, so a lot of people think that our identity is shaped by who we are, or maybe it's shaped by the people around us. And to a large degree, the second and the first part is true. But here's what I would like to say to you. It's all about perception. You see, it's all about the way that we perceive things, especially the way we perceive the people around us. Identity is simply shaped by the way we perceive the people around us perceiving us. So if the people around us are perceiving us that we are very intelligent, we're going to play the role that we're very intelligent. If people around us are perceiving that we are uneducated and that we're not smart and that we're not able to do things to the utmost of our abilities, we're going to play that part. So, and if you don't think that I'm telling the truth, I can give you an example in a movie, but then I can also give you examples in real life. The best example in the movie that I think personally is The Matrix. You see, even though Neo, and I apologize for some of you who haven't seen this, but you need to go see it because it's a phenomenal movie. When Neo was unplugged, he didn't believe that he was the one. He didn't even know what the one meant. You know, he had no idea. But Morpheus believed it so much. He believed in Neo so much that it caused Neo to begin to play the role. And in the end of the movie, when Trinity shows her faith in him as well and shows that she believes that he's the one, it causes him to finally step into the role of the one and become who they claim that he was. Now that's an extreme case, of course it's science fiction, but this also goes for anything in life, anything. You see, there's this really interesting study called Pygmalion in the Classroom in which teachers were told to designate kids, and they drew names out of a hat. Okay, they drew names out of a hat for an entire class. And what the teachers did was they gave special attention to the kids that they drew out the hat. They called on them more. They told them that they were smarter, and they basically cherished these kids and everything that they did more than they did the other kids. They didn't like put down the other kids. They just paid more attention and gave more praise to the kids that they drew out the hat. Test scores revealed. This is proven. Test scores reveal, it's called Pygmalion in the Classroom. Test scores reveal that the kids who were shown more positive attention from the teachers scored better. It's the way it is. See, the way that we perceive people perceiving us makes us play the part, become our own actor, you know? So now, a lot of people will probably wonder, okay, then how am I supposed to, I have no control over this. No, see, that's where you're wrong. You do have control over this because you have control over who you put around you. That's basically the trick of life, right? If you put people around you who are going to positively influence you, generally you're going to have more of a boost to become the person that you feel that you want to become because they're going to support you and pour their encouragements into you. That's what's so funny about it. See, we as people, we don't necessarily think about this and we just kind of attract anyone that we want. Even when the people are negative, we go, you know, it's no big deal. He's just like that. But it's really having an adverse effect on who you are. So I would advise everyone to really evaluate who you have around you. Evaluate who you have around you. And then judge who should stay in your life and if they're going in your direction and who you might need to kick out. Because they can have a very severe effect on your sense of self, your identity, your self-concept. You know, they can basically change your appearance or who you appear to be to the world. So now, this is one of the most interesting things that I've ever learned in my life. Because I always wondered why it is that we as people change up who we are around certain people, right? And for the longest time I was striving to not do that, and then it really dawned on me that it's impossible to not do that, because you're even if it's a subtle change, you're still changing face for people. Whether it be like that teacher in your classroom, or your pastor, or whoever it is, to some degree we all change face. And the more that I research this and learn about this, the more I understand that it's just human nature. It's human nature for us to be chameleons, and to become these people who can fit in here and there, and change up who we are. Some people do it much better than others, by the way. Some people don't know how to do it, and they just stay with the people that they have in their lives like all the time, you know, because they feel like they can't fit in. But the people who do it very well, most of them become politicians, because, you know, they can just do that very well. But others come into the fields of like teachers and preachers, and people who are very profound, because they have a way of changing face to suit all people, to get what they want, their points and their purposes across. You know? So I just want you guys to understand the concept of identity and self-concept. I want people to understand this, because I think it's really important to understand it, because you can become who you want to become in life. But I think the biggest thing to start with is changing who you have around you, shaping your own world, the people around you, to creating a world with people who are encouraging to you, not people who are going to make you change your appearance into somebody not favorable to who you want to be. So please think about this. Give me some feedback. And like I said, sorry I've been gone. I'm back. This is Chris, signing out.